Hey guys, it's Simply Gabby. Thanks for coming back for another video. So this video is going to be about something that you guys have been highly requesting. Basically all my requests come from Instagram, and that's basically it. Basically anything that anybody wants to see, they comment on my photos, they ask questions, they do the little polls on my photos and things like that. And the thing that people want to know about the most is probably what people know me for, is like my repigmenting journey and everything that's happened since getting vitiligo and it coming to a halt and it reversing and things like that. So everyone wants to know more about that. I guess it's super fascinating and I guess it's helpful and it might be nice to hear somebody talk about it, so I'll be glad to talk about it, and that's what we'll be talking about today. So if my makeup is smeared, it was because I was cutting an onion and it was so bad that I was crying and trying to cut with my eyes closed. But I'm still crying, so if my makeup is smeared, that's why. But anyways, we're about to jump in, so thanks so much for, if you already subscribed, I really appreciate it, you guys. We are steadily gaining more subscribers every week. I'm really stoked about that because it's really crazy to know that everybody wants to know about this. And my other video, how to repigment vitiligo, I'll put the little thingy up here. I think it's called a card. I'll put it up there so you can watch it and also link it down below. But that has gotten over 12,000 views. So obviously that's what you guys want to see. So I'm just gonna give it to you. So stay tuned and let's jump right in. Okay, so I have put together an entire album on my phone with all these different pictures from years ago up until today showing the progress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of the photos and I'm going to talk about the date and timeline and what was happening during that time period and changes that were going on in my life, so you can get a kind of a better understanding of how my life transitioned over time. And maybe you can maybe this will start to answer some questions, because people have a lot of questions about what was going on, what I was eating, what I was doing, things like that. So let's just get started. It's a lot of photos, but I picked the ones that showed the most progress. At the time I just took photos all the time. I was actually like camera shy. I wouldn't say I'm like camera shy anymore. It started happening noticeably. I got my first spot on my chest after years of nothing happening. It was at a point where my vitiligo was like stable. It had progressed from age 11 all the way until age 18 or 19. Yeah, 19, and then it just stopped. And then it was the same for several years before that, and it hadn't changed. So let me find this one photo. But the first photo that I'm going to look at, and I'll put it on the screen for you guys here, is this photo. So this photo was probably when I was in, like, there's no timestamp on it. But I might be able to look that up later. I would say this is about 5 years ago. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe 5 to 7 years ago. Yeah, my legs, originally it was only like on the inner part of my shins. So it didn't go to the back part of my legs. It didn't go to my calves. It didn't go below the ankle or above the knee. But anyways, it didn't move at all. It was all the same. There was no spots, and like it was just a white patch on my shin, huge to the length from my ankle to my knee, and it did not change for years. So, but as you can see in this next photo, this was probably a year, maybe 2 later, it started spreading down my ankles a little bit, and then around to my calf as well. So originally it had not spread to the backs of my legs at all, so it spread around my calves on both sides, and then it went up my knee a little bit, down my ankle, and then it also went up the back of my thighs. But this photo I'll go by body part. That's what I'm gonna do. This will make this simpler. The next photo that I have, let's see, is I'll show you this one. This photo is about, this is July 16th, 2017. And now you can see that it is clearly like speckling in there. I don't have all that many photos of my legs, but it started speckling in like cinnamon. But it started like, it's almost like you're just sprinkling something. But it started to it started to fill in. So like each speck, if another speck was near it and it was close enough, they eventually became one big speck. And that's how it kind of just, they grow together, I guess, and then they eventually make one big color patch. So, after that, this one's a good one. This photo shows like the very first spots, and then it shows also another picture of how it has changed. So this photo is really cool. There was like barely any spots. There was like no color on my leg. Again, that was probably like 5 years ago. And then this photo on the right was probably about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, after it progressed a lot. At that time, I wasn't changing. The only thing that had changed for me was I was not eating a huge variety of foods because I was scared to eat too many different things because I knew like certain things were safe and probably wouldn't hurt me, but at that time I didn't know what I was allergic to or what was really causing the problem, so I wasn't just gonna go out and, you know, eat a bunch of random things and then risk getting sent to the hospital again. So, you know, I would stick to like, for weeks upon months, I would only eat like eggs, plantains, fruits, and vegetables. So basically I was afraid to eat variety of food. So at that point I was allergic to red meat, didn't know it, but wasn't eating it because I was really limiting my meat exposure and I didn't know it. So that's what was going on at that time. And then my body was like, I guess. And then my body started feeling a little bit better. So those are some of the photos of my legs. And here's another photo of when it started progressing. This is September 2016. So like it started, I got my first speck in June 2016. So this is like several months later. So I started getting like the beginning of spots on my legs and my chest. So you can see that one. Moving on. I took some photos of my arms from years ago, so you can see how bad it was on my arms. And then it's crazy because I didn't really realize how much it has changed until I looked at this just now, because the one spot that's right there near my elbow crease is almost entirely filled in. It's almost gone, like you almost can't even see that it was ever a thing. Look at that, is like huge. I didn't even know, like right there on my crease, like that used to be a huge spot. Like I'll go back. Yeah, it's just crazy, like looking at it right now, it's just insane that that was ever that way. And like the trail that was leading from my elbow all the way up to that big patch of spots is gone too. And then here is my right arm. Whoa. It's so small, it's small enough changes that happen that I don't even notice. It just seems like it's been the same my entire life, but it is like significantly changing, like every day. I don't know why I'm holding this, I kind of just like it. And then I'm going to show you the back of my, like the back of my calf, what it used to be just white, so you can see here that on the back of my leg it was just white. I didn't take a picture of the back at the time because I didn't have anyone to take the picture for me. But this is February 21st of last year. Well, I guess it would be this year. So at the beginning of this year. So it would be almost a year ago. So this is my back of my leg. That's kind of the best I could do, I guess. But you can see that like the spots and things like that are significantly like they're just filling in. It's crazy to see that. And then and I took one the other day just because I kind of liked my boots and I wanted to see what they looked like. But then also it's a really good photo of the backs of my legs. And it has completely changed. But I would know because I can't see back there. I mean, you can see it if you like contort your body, but I don't do that regularly because I can see like on my chest majoritively. So, and then I also thought this was kind of funny. But I took this photo and put it on my Vitilligo, like my Instagram story, and then I recreated it just so we could have a laugh. But you can also see the spots. So it just kind of looks like I almost just have a spot on my knee now. Like, you know, it's just crazy. Ooh, I'm so excited for the chest ones. I have so many of those, but I'm gonna save those for last and do the ones on my back first. So let's take a looky-loo. Wish I was British. Then I could say looky-loo and it'd be normal. But this is from November 3rd, 2016. Thank God these are timestamped. But this photo, I was just beginning to get speckles on my back. The edges of my vitiligo are very, very defined, like from where it changes from one color to another, very defined. There's like speckles around the edges, and then they start like a few in the middle. It looks like a lot, but then this isn't that much compared to what it is now, so just wait. Oh man. That's when it first started. And then this is January 11th, 2017, so several months later, 3 months roughly, this is when I actually went to get my allergy test. Well, I highly recommend the Asthma and Allergy Center. If you don't have asthma, you can go for allergies, but they both kind of are like intertwined, so I would kind of, if you have any allergies, you might have an Asthma and Allergy Center near you. So, just a thought. But this photo is when I went to get allergy tested done, and then they do like, I don't know how many pricks that is, like 60 or 100 I think they said they did over my entire body, and wherever it's red or like swelled, that's what I have an allergy to. And then they also did one on the, like my elbow crease, the part where I hate where they stick needles, but they always want to do it there. That's where they tested for red meat, and I swelled up like huge, like obviously allergic, like highly. But this photo is the day that the test went on, kind of just so I could see what it looked like. But then also, it's crazy to see the spots like that. And I'll have you know, I did get a little chunky since this photo. Pudgy, fluffy. Yeah, so my back is a little bit chubbier because I'm about to show you that photo of today. So that was January 11th, 2017. So about this time I was going to the doctor trying to figure out what I was actually allergic to, and then my spots were continuing to progress, like to fill in. So my diet was like, I was definitely modifying it there, and like we were getting rid of any like red meat we had in the house, being really careful of like if somebody wanted to have like pork or something, I'd be really careful to like, you know, I can't honestly I can't even like be near it. I don't want to breathe, like if someone's cooking like a ham in the other room, I don't want to be in that room breathing in ham air. Ham air. But you know what I mean. Some people are super sensitive like that. I'm not sure if I am, but I don't really want to find out. So, no thanks. But anyways, the next photo, I'll show you of my back. I'm so excited for this one. Ooh, not yet. This one first. And this is December 25th, 2017. Is that right? these dates might be off. So if something seems off, it's probably because, like, you know, sometimes I'll take screenshots of photos and then the photo that was screenshotted, like, there's a new timestamp on the photo. So if it's not right, you know, this is from probably about 1.5 years ago, roughly. But you can see the spots, and it skews my back hair. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. It's just really noticeable because there's like no pigment there, but you can see how crazy it is, and the edges are becoming harder to see where the spots are like really clustering. I like that word, clustering. Cluster. But it's like, I don't even know what the shape would be. It's like kind of like a tornado. Like it's like really big, and then it like a triangle, like a slice of pizza almost, but it gets really tiny, like going towards like my lower back. But you can see it's really filling in. It doesn't affect my tattoos at all. It just fills in underneath them. And then, ooh, this is another photo. I don't know why I have these little cherry marks on my back. It's like really hard to like itch it or something. I don't know. I guess it's like I can't really, unless you have like a really long brush thing, you can't scrub it. But my hair is really short there as well. I kind of go through phases where I want my hair either extremely short or extremely long. And right now I'm in that phase where I love my long hair, but I would also love it short. So I don't know if anybody else feels like that. Maybe I'm not the only one, but I certainly do. But you can see it's still continuing to progress. The edges are getting harder. My camera died, so I have to pick up where I left off and start another section. So this photo, yeah, so it's just continuing to progress. It's more so at the top than at the bottom. At this point, you know, had a very slim pickings worth of diet. And now we can show you the photo that I've been waiting for. Excuse my tubby back. But this is so crazy to see. I took that this morning. My mom had to help me. But you can see that these spots are just looking really happy, honestly. Like, it just looks like it just looks so, it just looks so cool to see. I've never really seen my back. Like, it's like almost completely filled in at the top, and then it's just slowly going downwards. It's like it's starting to fill in at the bottom too. This is just really exciting, honestly. It almost brings tears to my eyes. Oh man. Ooh, text. Text it back. Okay. I'm excited to play this back and see what my face was when I was texting. But anyways, it's like really exciting to see my back. I can't wait to see what it'll look like in like another few months. Like this time next year, I might not even have vitiligo. Like, it's not even like, I wouldn't even classify that as an accomplishment, but it's just weird to think that I might not have it, you know? Anywho, now we'll look at my chest. I don't want to take too long with each of these photos, but I know you guys definitely like the detail. Just because this isn't something that happens all the time, so might as well. This one is June 27th, 2016. That date is accurate. So right around the time that I started dating my boyfriend, I got a little speckle, like right in the middle. I hadn't had anything. I was completely white, you know. There wasn't anything to see. It was just white. I saw one little dot, and I didn't really know what it was, you know. Maybe a scratch or something, you know. But then I was like, hey, this is my skin color, and I didn't really think much of it, you know, because what's there to think about, you know? Little speckle, no big deal. And then I started getting like a few more, and you can see that here. It would just like here and there, like a couple would appear, like And I was just kind of like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna take some pictures because this is weird. It was a strange thing, and I felt like people might ask me about it, and I might want photos of it to show that it actually did happen. If you don't have pictures of it, it's almost like it didn't happen. So I took that picture, still didn't think much about it. Let's see, moving down the timeline. So, you know, not thinking much about it, they started to get bigger and more defined, and not just like a little something in the background, like maybe it's like, you know, it's like, it's not a maybe anymore, and the spots are becoming more defined, they're becoming bigger, and then they're starting to like fan out. So it's no longer just here, it was like slowly going in directions. Okay, here's more photos. It starts to spread and the spots are getting more defined. Every now and then I would notice like, hey, it looks like I have a few more. Yep, for sure, definitely more. Looking back, that's nothing. Like look at it now. Look at closer. Whoa, like that's insane. That is crazy to talk. That's crazy. And then progressing, it would just get gradually more and more. Let's look at this one. It almost kind of looks like a big heart. Like, maybe this is because I don't know, maybe I have like a theory, maybe this is like, because this is your core area, like your torso, it's where your heart is, all the blood's rushing there, you know, like that's like, these are your vital organs, things like that. Why it started there, it actually, my vitiligo started on my chest, and it's reversing from the chest. So, interesting. It was kind of, I was kind of even getting more attention, because when people would look at me, they wouldn't just see, oh, she's really pale, they would say, like, they would look at me and they would see all these weird, like, dark spots on my chest, and they wouldn't understand why, obviously, and then they would just, like, judge me. So, I guess it was really hard at this point, too, because it wasn't something that I could hide unless you wear turtlenecks everywhere, which I did. And then, so you can see kind of, like, you can see, like, the really defined vitiligo. I didn't really notice that before, but you can clearly see where the colors change, and I think that's like, I didn't even realize how perfect of a place it was, but now I'm excited to show you the next photo of, it's called Vitiligo. That one's not as good of a picture because I took that this morning myself, but I also took the other picture myself as well. I'm really excited, honestly, but you are probably wondering about like the face photos, but I don't have that many face photos just because I don't like, you know, I don't like to just sit down and take pictures of my face, because a lot of my vitiligo, like the majority of the progress is not on my face, so I don't take that many photos of my face, but I have taken some, and the vitiligo, it starts like, you might be able to see it. It speckles up here, and then it, under my makeup, it's like here. It's like here, and then it goes up here. Recently, I can't see these as much, but it's like prominently here, here, and then it goes up here, and it goes down behind my ears, and then of course I still have the ring on my lips. So, and then I just have some more pictures of my torso, kind of, so you can see like the speckles everywhere. Just go through these quickly, but anyway, it's kind of like, it's really crazy to look back and see that these photos are me. It doesn't even feel like it, because I'm not only going through like a physical change, but it's like a lot mental, and like to think that I might not have it is almost like, it's almost saddening. So, but it is also very, like, a very happy moment, because, you know, the struggle, over the years has been just crazy, and to, like, feel like I have accomplished something with this, had something good come out of it, is just really like surreal. So I really like am so happy that like, you know, like I have all of those people on Instagram who support me, and everybody in the vitiligo community. It seems like a really small community, but at the end of the day it's still millions of people, even though it's like 1% of the population has it. I just feel really lucky to be a part of a community like this, and to be able to share like this for people who have struggled and continue to struggle. I hope this video helps anybody who wants to know about this. Maybe you're watching this because you struggle, maybe you're watching this because you're really interested, maybe you're super happy about your vitiligo, maybe you love it, maybe you just want to know what's happening with mine. But anyway, I'm so thankful that you're watching and allowed me to take you through that part of my life. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more like this, please let me know what you want to see next down in the comments. I definitely want to make all of your guys' like requests into videos, but this one was more highly requested than like a fall themed, so that's why I made this one. May make a Halloween theme next week, but I gotta make it quickly before Halloween. So, but I appreciate everybody who shows me love and support and boosts me up, and you know, I haven't really gotten a lot of hate from the social media platforms or anything like that, just because now it's not seen as such a bad thing, and we have a community of people to love us as well. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a big like and subscribe, because there's more coming, and I'll take you through more of my journey in videos to come. Love you guys. Bye.